Well, unfortunately, this is gonna have to be a two-part series. I ordered this TC Bros license plate relocation bracket. Super excited to get it in today and couldn't wait to install it. So I came out here and just wanted to kind of test fit it to make sure that it was the right size, the right width inside of there. And then I looked at the included bolts and the bolts that I currently have, and they're the same exact size, same length. So that doesn't make much sense to me when you still have to add another washer and this nut on the inside. So I don't think that they account for the quick release for these, for any sissy bar or rack that you have on the back. It adds some extra length of the bolt you'll need. So when you have these, you have to add the extra long bolt. And then when you add that, you need an even longer bolt. So I went to the local hardware store, and the only ones I could find were 1.5 inches long. And it looks like I'm gonna need 1 3/4 inches, possibly 2 inch. So I ordered those online, they're coming in. And there's one more thing that I did not read about in the notes. And it is posted on their website in the notes. But when you look at the back of the bike, they're even. Same width off of the fender. Now we're removing this and putting it up here, right? So when we remove this bracket, there's gonna be this gap in here. So once we pull this light off and try to put it back, it's gonna be closer than this one. It'll just be offset. So you have to go to the Harley dealer and order this one so it fills that gap. I just called the Harley dealer. They said it's gonna take about 10 days to get in, and it was $70 for this chrome one. It was $50 for the all black. I wanted to do all black to do both, but I just said screw it, and we'll just do the one to put over on this side. So two things I didn't account for: the length of the bolt needed and this damn spacer. Okay, first step's gonna be removing the seat. Just go ahead and pull this off. Now it's saying to remove these fender bolts, which I believe they call them, the fender mounting bolts, which is a Torx T45, I think. Let's try. Yeah, T45. I've never taken these off, so I imagine they got some Loctite on them. Says to follow these, unplug these and remove them from the bike. I'm going to go ahead and just remove all of them. I can pull this pin out. Okay, got that off. Now this should come off. Boom. Okay, that is completely off. Okay, the fender is off, obviously. There's only these 4 bolts and the whole thing came off. Now it's saying to remove the license plate bracket and this taillight and then figure out the wiring from there. So I'm going to start by loosening these 4 bolts, taking those off, and I will. where I'm at. I loosened up the inside bolt here, and that loosened up this whole rail. So now I believe I should just have to, I can either take it off to access this bolt or just leave it. We'll try to take it off and see what it looks like. So we have the fender separated from the side bracket here. To get the, looks like to get this turn signal off and the license plate mount, we need a T40 Torx. Okay, not crazy tight. So obviously this harness is not going to fit through here, and it's attached to the turn signal. Like the instruction did say, this purple clip was in here. I pulled the clip out, and then you can actually pull these pins out completely. Just pushing these little releases. They should come right out. If I can get steady-handed. There we go. Boom. Okay, now I can feed all this through. All right, so we did end up getting all the wires out of the wiring harness, just pulling the little pins out. So now we have the tail light, or the license plate light, and the turn signal free. Overall, not such a bad job. Take the fender off, just make sure you can get something in there to remove the pins out of like the little harness here. Just get something small enough that fits in there to where you can pop the pins out. And then I am glad that I have video evidence of this so I can remember where the pins go in each one and where all those bolts go. Now it's just a waiting game. So we're waiting on the bolts, the longer bolts, and the turn signal spacer from Harley. So it should be about 10 days, they say. But it'll sit like this. I'll get it cleaned up and then look out for part 2. Thanks for watching.